With so many options available on the market today to publish your print books, it's sometimes very overwhelming. And trying to search for this stuff is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Am I not correct in saying that?
Yeah.
Well, we took a little extra time and we've put together a lot of the information to give you a little bit of a comparison on some of the print publishing services that are available right now today. And if you want to learn a little bit more about that, you're going to want to make sure that you stay
tuned.
Welcome to Self-Publishing with Dale
and Kelly.
And if you're new here and you want to learn how to publish your book and build your brand, make sure that you subscribe and turn your notifications on so you get all of the latest content. And my sponsor spot's not working. Live stuff, it's no big deal, folks. Talk amongst yourselves. Podcast is brought to you in part by Save time and hassle when writing your next book by recording your book and transcribing it with my preferred transcription service, Rev.com. At $1 per minute of transcription, Rev's service is a steal. To get $10 off your first order, simply head over to our affiliate link at selfpublishingwithdale.com/rev. Join us on a special broadcast time on Monday, September 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for how to increase no-content book sales on Amazon. Discover ways to revitalize and renew sales for your no-content book publishing business. Well, sometimes we have a little bit of headaches, hassles, and horse crap, but for the most part, we usually try to, make up for the difference because today, actually, it's going to be a very exciting topic. You're not going to be able to knock Kelly off her pedestal. She really enjoys talking about it. What are we going to talk about today, Kelly?
Books.
Books. Print books. And we're not just going to be talking to our no-content book publishers. We're going to be talking to our authors as well, and those of you that are doing print books. If you are not publishing print books, shame. Shit, no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just totally, that was a joke. But definitely, you need to get yourself into the game, and hopefully we will give you some of these options that are going to be great for you. But before we do any of that, who all's in the house?
We were chatting earlier, but Ron, good to see you. Thanks for joining our Facebook group. I hope you answered the questions. Mojo, good to see you like always. Long time no see. See you soon. Keith Wheeler Books, KB Loves Karma, Two Blue Eyes. If I missed anyone, I apologize. Hello. Ava Fields, I'm sure you're lurking. Hello.
Yes. Yeah, it's good to see everybody kind of joining us. This is an unusual night. We're typically here on Thursday night. So with that being said, we're not going to be here on Thursday. There's no Thursday live stream this week or the next week. We'll be returning back in the saddle come September 13th. So next week is going to be Monday as well. So you're going to join us for the very unique Monday live streams. We're going to be out and about this week. We're going to
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. So you're down in Dallas, Texas. Hit us up. We're going to be going to Video Marketing World, but we're going to be pretty book full this time around, aren't we?
Pretty much, unless you give us some energy drinks to stay up late.
Yeah, we get to stay up late for sure. So Derek S., it's good to see you. Hello, how's it going? Ernest, it's good to see you joining. It's awesome. Mojo, it's always a pleasure. Yes, print books do indeed rock. I agree with you. I've got myself a small collection of them over here on my bookshelf that I've been accumulating since I got back here to Ohio. So, boy, we got a lot of stuff to get into. As per usual, every week we want to provide as much information as we can. So load us up with questions, concerns, comments, and any kind of suggestions as we're going along. Well, I mean, instead of just jib-jabbing and talking about this, that, and the other, let's just go ahead and, I'm sorry, go ahead. You're getting ready. You're freaking out.
I gotta say hi to Young. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Young, no Thursday. Yeah, I know. Unsubscribing right now, right? Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about publishing paperback books and comparing the print book companies. Just so you know, we're going to lay the groundwork here for you. This is heads up. This information shared is not evergreen. So today's date is actually, let's see here. Today is August the 27th on a Monday, 2018. So if you're watching this a year from now and you start trolling me with comments that, well, technically the expanded distribution, just shut up, okay? The print distribution platforms change regularly. It's a fact. It can literally tomorrow, they'll just change something differently. We're going to tell you what the state of self-publishing print platforms is today, right at this moment. So it will kind of vary from time to time. And let's just get this one out of the way. CreateSpace and KDP Print, are they one and the same? Well,
it was kind of funny today because there was something happening. I'm not going to say what it was because I don't want to jump the gun. So I called KDP. Yes, they do have the option to call them now, and the screen looks almost the same as CreateSpace does. It was so eerily similar when, you put in your phone number, they'll call you, you pick up the phone. It sounded almost exactly the same, but it was KDP Print.
Yeah.
So
pretty nuts, right?
It is speculation still, but just sharing what happened to me like an hour ago.
Excellent. And we'll talk a little bit more about this once we start to wrap things up towards the end of this broadcast. So just know this is not an exhaustive list. If you don't see a print-on-demand company that you normally use or have relied on or have used, please drop it inside the live chat or in the replay comments. Definitely would love to hear from you. So with that being said, let's get this out of the way. What are the things that I'm sorry?
Can you test my mic?
Test your mic?
Yeah, two people are saying I need to be louder.
Because your thing's not pushed in all the way.
Okay, cool. That should be better.
Excellent. Go ahead, talk.
Talk.
Okay, yeah, you weren't
Hola.
plugged in.
Hola.
somehow it wasn't plugged in. Kelly, they were probably relying on this microphone. So in any event, all right, let's get it on over here. What are we specifically looking for, Kelly?
Who do we reach online? US, UK, Germany, etc. Costs, how much you're going to get paid, royalties, how often do you get paid, cuts, trim sizes, print type, how it's bound. And this is not about quality, even though it should be, but that's all subjective.
It is so incredibly subjective.
This is going to be a factual.
Well, we're going to definitely give some of our subjective comments, but unfortunately, there's so much room for error when it comes to print, and the fact that CreateSpace actually hires third-party printers sometimes. Their quality varies from time to time. Some people are like, "Oh, I hate CreateSpace." I love CreateSpace. I've really enjoyed some of their print. I've used KDP Print before, so we're not going to talk about the specific types of the quality of print because it's just so incredibly subjective. But we're going to be able to give you our 2 cents on a few of the features that are kind of So, well, Kelly, I think you got to get this one because it is your favorite distribution source.
This is my buddy, CreateSpace. .com, UK, Germany, Spain, France, Italy, and expanded distribution, which includes Barnes and Noble and IngramSpark, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Ingram to be exact, actually.
Your royalty is about 35% of retail, and you get paid every 30 days, which is awesome. Paperback only. It's the industry standards like 6x9, 5x8, 8.5x11. I'm sure there's some others I'm not, remembering. And you, believe it or not, you can do custom sizes with a minimum and a maximum, but if you do that, you can only put it on CreateSpace. I think I did like a 4x5 book a little bit ago, where it was really tiny. It hasn't sold yet, but it was a specific niche I was targeting. Costs nothing to be on the platform, and you can use their own CreateSpace's ISBNs. You don't have to bring one to the table.
Yeah, and for those of you that aren't familiar with the ISBN process, feel free, look it up over online. I have a few videos when it comes to ISBN, why you should and why you should not have an ISBN. You can take the ISBN that they assign them. Just remember that the imprint, the credit as publisher is given to, say, CreateSpace or KDP Print, or actually KDP Print says independently published. But nonetheless, if you want to have your name, your business name on the imprint, you need to have the ISBN. So CreateSpace, you're allowed to do both of those options. You can come to the table with your own ISBN, or you can take one of theirs. We've been pretty happy with taking the CreateSpace assigned ISBNs.
Yeah, because my goal is not to get into a store. It doesn't bother me if I'm not.
A good friend of ours, actually, of the channel, and I think he's probably hanging about, is Keith Wheeler Books. Keith actually has discussed this before, that this hasn't been a hindrance. He's actually got it into other brick and mortar stores despite having this. So it is still possible to get it in within ISBN that is owned by Amazon. You're just going to have to do a little bit of legwork. So next option, let's go ahead and talk about the one that I am really starting to enjoy, and I know a good friend of the channel, Kevin McGuire, he agrees with me on this one. KDP Print, number 2 here. Obviously, we said it's kind of one and the same, but there is still a little bit of a differentiation in this, and the online reach has just recently expanded, and something that was news to me, that one of the distribution avenues they didn't have before is now open. So we've got .com, .co.uk, Germany, France, Spain, Italy, Japan, Australia, and more recently Canada. Canada and Mexico used to not be part of the distribution panel that KDP Print has, but now it apparently got open, and I don't know when that happened. It actually just kind of slipped in there, and then most recently expanded distribution did open up. So those of you that are going back and commenting on our previous lives, yes, I am aware expanded distribution is now available through your KDP dashboard. Something to kind of note though, you want to make sure that you are going into your books and you actually have to put it into expanded distribution. They didn't automatically insert that in there for you. If you don't want expanded distribution, that's fine. I know some people don't like to sacrifice the earnings. Me, I just like to have the reach. That's a big thing to me. Now, here's the deal. The royalty structure is just kind of, it's weird. Let's not go around it here. They say it's 60% of list price minus printing costs, and really, it's not too much different than CreateSpace. When they take out their printing costs and their distribution costs and everything else, it's literally like 30 to 35%, depending on how much you charge that retail price. So you just got to take it with a grain of salt. Here's the differentiation between CreateSpace and KDP Print. CreateSpace, it's almost instant gratification. You can get that within 30 days. It's what Kelly loves.
What, the payment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas with KDP, all things KDP, it's 60 days. It takes 60 days. So we are getting a little bit of that delay. However, you do have that one benefit of running Amazon Marketing Service ads to your print books over on KDP Print. Unless you actually have a vendor's account, there's no real way to drive native Amazon ads to your CreateSpace books. Now, there are workarounds, but that's neither here nor there. I really kind of enjoy that you can just go right from your dashboard in KDP and start working ads towards your print books on KDP Print. So to kind of wrap things up a little bit, they still have pretty much the same things as far as cut and trim size. Paperback only. They have the industry standard and custom. Custom has limited availability. You can't put it through expanded distribution. And there's really no upload costs, none. ISBN is not mandatory, and you can actually come with your own ISBN. I did double check that source. I'd heard from somebody else, they said that you couldn't, but I think that must have been before, but now you can actually come with your own ISBN. So, Kelly, take number 3.
Lulu!
Yeah, gang at Lulu. What's up, Lulu.com? Hit us up.
Amazon.com, .co.uk, Barnes & Noble, their own Lulu website, and worldwide, which is unknown, but it's worldwide.
Right.
They don't have like a chart for royalties. Mm-hmm. You got to kind of figure it out based on trim size and, the features of the book that you want. Yeah. But on a typical 6x9 book that you would typically publish over on Amazon, the approximate royalty is 52% for Lulu, about 10% for Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Ingram, and it's approximately 30 to 45 days. That day is, the most recent I could find was 2011. So I don't know if they've updated it since, but that's the most recent information I could find.
Yeah.
So if it's changed, I couldn't find it.
Lulu, give us a shout. I know you guys watch our stuff here. I know Chelsea Bennett, what's happening, Chelsea? We definitely would love to get a little bit more 411 on that. The really cool thing about the cuts and trim sizes are it's got a variety of paperbacks, hardback plus jackets, spiral binders, although there's limited distribution on that one. They have the industry standard cuts as well as the custom, which again, limited reach on this. There is no cost to upload, none. And the ISBNs are not mandatory. They will provide you one, or you can come with your own. And here's the really cool thing that I need to kind of bring up as well. In my interview with Chelsea Bennett, this was something, and she's the PR person for Lulu, something she brought up was you can get the ISBN assigned from Lulu, and the beautiful thing is it's not immediately readily accessible, but you can actually go in and change the name on the imprint. It doesn't have to be Lulu on there. You can actually go in and change that. So she shared that inside the interview. I highly recommend you take a look at that. And actually, I knew that we would probably be bringing this up. I have a link to the Lulu video, actually, the 4 reasons to publish on the Lulu, and you actually can hear it right from the, I won't want to say horse's mouth, that'd just be weird. Chelsea would be like, why are you calling me a horse? But hear it right from the mouth of Lulu and see exactly why you should definitely consider them for print publishing. So number 4 is
IngramSpark. Tens of thousands reach, including, and that also is Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and lots of other ones all over across the world. The royalty varies per cut and distribution. They do have a calculator you can check out, but it's every 90 days. Yeah. Cuts and trim size. It's the normal kind of paperback, hardback, hardcover with jacket. Yep. Industry standards. It does cost $49 per title, and you need to have your own ISBN. Yeah. So if you are interested in publishing directly through IngramSpark, just be aware of those costs. And doesn't it cost when you edit it?
Yeah, so anytime you upload any kind of iteration of your book onto IngramSpark, it does cost. I think first time setup fee, actually, you can typically find some kind of a coupon to waive it, like last year, and it might still be current this year. All caps get published was a coupon code to waive that first time fee. So you're correct. But if you need to upload, let's say, a correction of some sort, and I think it might be like $25 per upload. So IngramSpark, we got a chance to meet them last year right about this time, and they were a nice team. They put on a great conference. Well, it was more of like a seminar event type thing.
Yeah, and it was high quality books. It just depends on the business you want to do.
Yeah, and I hear a lot of great things. Now, see, we got to see in person what the quality books look like, and they were good. They were good. Once again, this is all subjective, and I hear a lot of people in comparison IngramSpark to CreateSpace, and once again, subjective. Take it for what it's worth. The vast majority of people lean in favor of IngramSpark. So I said we weren't going to talk about quality, but I thought I would just throw the subjective portion of that out there. And remember, ISBNs don't come free here in the United States. And they cost about $100 to $150 per one, and if you buy them in bulk, you get a significant price decrease. However, my Canadian friends up north, Canada, how much does it cost, Kelly?
But you got to qualify, because no content books may not qualify. So we're talking, if you want a free ISBN, you got to have like a normal book, like normal meeting, like written that you would read. Right. So there's different categories that qualify.
Right. I imagine writing prompt books, you'd probably be able to get away with it. This is me
I
speculating.
don't know. This was like at least 6 months ago I learned of this, I think. Maybe it's only been like 3.
Yeah.
It was winter time.
Good stuff. So, number 5.
Barnes & Noble Press.
Yeah.
Only U.S.
U.S. only. Boo hiss.
Bookstores.
Yeah, the bookstores, question mark. There's really no, like, it's very ambiguous. There's no, like, hey, we'll distribute it. Maybe it's just available through those things.
About 20%.
For royalties, yes. So just so everybody understands, royalty, they say it's 55% of retail costs that you have it, minus their print costs, which it roughly comes out to about 20%. But it just, once again, it's kind of like the other things we mentioned. It just depends on how much you set your retail price at, that it eventually, that 20% might go up just a little bit more. Here's Kelly's favorite. How often do they pay, Kelly?
Biannual.
Oh my gosh.
But you have to have $10 minimum. So in my opinion, Barnes & Noble Press's royalties stink. So therefore, you need to have a really good seller or a lot of books to reach that $10 minimum. So.
And here's a little bit of insight. As I was kind of doing my due diligence on Barnes & Noble Press, you can obviously distribute, say, for instance, through CreateSpace's expanded distribution, you can get onto Barnes & Noble. And with expanded distribution, you get less of a cut. And they tried to compare what you would get paid if you were just going directly onto Barnes & Noble versus through that aggregate distributor. And but with that biannual pays, I don't see how that's going to be worth it. And but we want to make sure we're putting something out there. I know there's a lot of people that love Barnes & Noble here in the United States. I know that we go and visit them quite frequently, and I enjoy browsing their stores. So that option's there. I imagine in due time, Barnes & Noble's a big enough force. I think that they're going to probably adjust with some of these other print-on-demand distributors. So that's really not an exhaustive list here, folks, but we want to just hear, who do you think is best for publishing print books? Do you agree with some of our advice and some of our insights? What would you recommend? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit me up. Let me know at Dale@selfpublishingwithdale.com. And definitely would love to hear what you think about that. So, in the meantime, I want you guys to load me up with some questions, concerns, and comments, and we're going to go over to our sponsored message. Podcast is brought to you in part by...
Save time and hassle when writing your next book by recording your book and transcribing it with my preferred transcription service, Rev.com. At $1 per minute of transcription, Rev's service is a steal. To get $10 off your first order, simply head over to our affiliate link at selfpublishingwithdale.com/rev. Join us on a special broadcast time on Monday, September 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for how to increase no-content book sales on Amazon. Discover ways to revitalize and renew sales for your no-content book publishing business.
Alrighty, so let's take a look over here inside the chat. What are your thoughts about the print-on-demand companies that we were discussing? What's your favorite? Let's just get it out of the way.
Right now it's CreateSpace, but it is subject to change at any time.
Yeah, for sure.
Barbara Everett, good to see you in the house. She loves Lulu. I was watching her YouTube channel this week, and she puts out some good stuff.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff, Barbara. Glad you joined us.
Katrina likes Nook Press, but not Barnes & Noble Print Press. Interesting. I don't blame you.
They've got a pretty good, the ebook structure, and the royalties are really awesome. I do kind of like that. That's one thing we didn't discuss, so don't think that we're poo-pooing on Barnes & Noble Press altogether.
Yeah, Keith says his books are in about 20 stores around the country. That's so cool. No one shares thoughts yet, just picking apart what the chat's saying.
Yeah.
Keith Wheeler, CreateSpace is his go-to. He's going to start publishing more through KDP. Lulu is great for cookbooks. I would love to do spiral bound. I do see some negative reviews on like planners, and people want spirals. It'd be so cool if Amazon KDP would do spiral bound. I would publish spiral on KDP for a lower cut. I would do it for 10 to 20%.
Okay.
Would you?
I'd give it a shot, yeah. I'm willing to try anything. It's got to be 10% or greater in order to get me out of bed in the morning and get me excited about it. So that's my big thing. Mojo actually brought some great insights. This is good to share with everybody. She had purchased 100 ISBNs here stateside, and that ran her about $575. So that gives you guys a good idea as to how much that costs. If you just go for one, you literally, like you heard what I said. I think it's like $129. I think it is for one ISBN. So you can see it's like you might as well just go ahead and purchase 100. But yeah, take a look at that. And Balker's the one you're going to want to look into. I just highly recommend that you just go to the Monopoly, because there are other third-party companies out there, but unfortunately it's kind of hard to sift through fact from fiction. A few of them will just go out and they purchase all these bulk of ISBNs, but the problem is their name ends up being on the imprint, and you're not able to utilize it through some of the platforms. So for instance, you can go buy it through this third-party company. Like I did it for my very first book, and that third-party company, somehow that was reserved for them, so I couldn't publish it on CreateSpace, and it was just a real debacle. I ended up throwing I think $50 down the drain, getting a ISBN I never used. So Yeah, that one sucked.
Yeah, Keith, I've done one book on Lulu, and when I was trying to figure out the system, I was kind of frustrated that even though my go-to is 6x9, you couldn't really do much more than that. And I would pick and choose, like, oh, maybe I can do this. It's not available on Amazon. Okay, maybe I can do, it's like the whole buzzer. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would be willing to sell the use of some of mine for far less that can be bought through Bowker.
Oh, so you got a lot. Katrina also, by the way, folks, she's a good friend of the channel. So if you happen to get a hold of her, I can vouch for her. She's good people. She's good people.
Good peeps.
Yeah, speaking of good people, we got quite a bustling community on Facebook. I think we've already broke 300 members here.
Have we?
Make sure that you guys head over to facebook.com/groups/self-publishing books and join the community. If you do ask to join, there are 3 questions. You must answer them. If you're not subscribed to me, it's okay. Don't think that you saying yes is going to make my day. But I need you to answer all 3 questions. It is very vital to your admission. I've been telling the administrators and moderators of this particular group that if you don't answer those 3 questions, that you are rejected and sent out of the group. So, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else to add as we start to wrap things up? Thank you, guys. Hey, I appreciate it. Mojo said 1 is for $125. This is for ISBNs. 10 is for $295. 100 is $575, and 1,000 is $1,500. So buying 1,000 is probably where you get your cost cut. So of course, I had somebody like, why would I need 1,000 ISBNs? Well, if you plan on pumping out a bunch of no content
if you have
books.
32,000 books up, there's a use for it.
Yep, yeah, for sure. Join the thumbs up party. Keith Wheeler said, you get those thumbs up. Yes, if you enjoyed today's content, I know that we kind of blazed through a lot of content and a lot of material really, really fast. So if you have any kind of questions, concerns, comments, just drop them right here inside the chat. Kelly, how can people find you?
YouTube at Kelly Publish. That's Kelly with an I. Can I plug tomorrow?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to have Young on my channel. We are going to be mainly talking about, I'm going to introduce him, but then we're going to talk about pop sockets.
Awesome. Very, very good. Well, this has been fun. And until later, it's been Self-Publishing with Dale.
And Kelly.
And we will see you next Monday.